I'm ready. No leaks! Alright. No leaks. I didn't sleep very well thinking that this was leaking. So after yesterday's video, we came out here and did a little water test. And it was leaking like a sieve, coming through here, going down here. We couldn't figure out what the heck was going on. So ultimately, I think I figured it out. And we went to Home Depot twice to get a little piece of wood. So this is 1/4 inch wood. What we had is a 1x2, which in reality it's a 3/4 by 1 1/4 or 1 1/2 or something. So it wasn't quite 1 inch thick. And I realized that this was not thick enough for the inner and outer windows to compress and press in that rubber seal on the outside. So we had to go do that. And this morning we came in, glued this piece on, put the window back on, sealed it up, then we visibly saw the rubber seal compress, and now it's not leaking. So I'm happy about that. So now we can finally put the thread locker in the screws and call this one done. Next, cut a hole right here and do the same thing.
Hole number 2. Window
Big
number
one.
2.
Big old hole. Now I gotta grind, grind, grind. I think that went a lot faster.
It did.
Second hole cut. This one took a lot less time, but it didn't take any less grinding. I was just more confident with the grinding part. As you can tell, this is how thin the sheet metal is on the sprinter walls. Pretty sure this is noticeably thinner than like your regular truck or sedan sheet metal, and it flexes a lot, and that's why they're just really prone to dents and dings and wrinkles and crinkles. We just have to be really careful. And this time I pre-cut this notch here, knowing that there's going to be a weld notch, a bead of weld on the top of the window. Just took a little bit of finessing and I got this hole cut out. So I'm going to clean it up with a file, get all the sharp edges out, and we're going to come back here and paint all the edges with our black enamel metal paint. And then we'll get this window in there. And then we'll have both windows installed. As you can see on the edges here, just from the grinder creating some heat, it's made some of the paint edges lift up and chip off. So it's pretty important to lay some paint all along the edges too, just kind of seal them up so you don't get more chipping. And the reason why I use the grinder instead of the jigsaw is I feel like the jigsaw is too much like this forward and back action that is more prone to warping the metal, ending up with more wrinkles. So I ended up using the grinder instead of a jigsaw, but I know others have used jigsaws. You just have to be careful. Another thing too is you have these inner ribs that you have to cut away, and then there's this glue or this kind of gel silicone material. You're gonna want to carefully pry that off, because otherwise if you pull too hard on it, you're also putting stress up against the metal walls, and you could cause dents and wrinkles. So something to think about. And as I'm cutting away these support ribs, when the metal is completely cut out, when the panel is cut out, it'll actually stay there until you cut away these support ribs, because this is holding it in place with these strips of glue. Window number 2 is in. Now for the water test. Any leaks? Any leaks? Look at the top, look at the bottom. I think we're good. Today's day what? 11? We did a second fan. No, 11 was yesterday. Second fan, one window.
Sorry.
Which was this fan. And which window was yesterday? This one?
Yeah.
This window. And then today we did this window.
I'm gonna cross this off our list.
We insulated around both of these windows finally. Then we put Reflectix up, taped all around. Ran it down to the last little piece of foil tape. We'll probably need to go get more if we want to make this like an airtight seal. The last part of getting these windows installed is to install the shades. It has this built-in shade thing, which in order for me to get it on there, I have to trim off a little bit above the window. It's kind of blocking it, keeping it from dropping in. So I've got the other one installed on the other side already. You can see how it's supposed to look. It has to go up and then drop into a slot and then screw the bottom down. Top is a blackout blind, bottom is screen, and they click together. You can move them like that. You see these silver clips, these metal clips? They need to drop into this metal slot right here. So in order for me to do that, I have to be up here, push in. Sometimes you gotta bend that tab out a little bit so you can get this top to hook on. And then this pops open. You put these screws in, and that goes into the wood that we made into the frame around it. And then you close that, and then you're done. And that's on there. So we just build a frame. So our board will have to cut a hole in exactly this shape on the panel that we add on here. And that's going to make it a nice flush fit. So that's going to be the tricky part. How do we make it so it fits perfectly over this?
Oh my God, what the heck is going on here?
Uncle Frank's here.
What a remodeling job,
Oh
huh?
my God. There's the window. That's it for the day. We never got our packages and it's almost 6 o'clock, so we're gonna call it quits. Probably come back in the morning, put the solar port in, headliner back up. This is our package delivery guy. I think that may be our guy.
Pro Master guy.
There we go. Speak of the devil. Well, here we go. Let's see what we got. I got some more LEDs. These are supposed to be brighter, so I'm going to try that. Cool. Stainless rib nuts. 175 pieces of all sizes. So this is coming in just in time. We're going to start building out the inside, which means I need to put rib nuts against the frame. That is a M6 rib nut. Cool. This is what I needed. I need a little watertight box to put the solar wires through, so I can drill the final hole in the roof and put those wires in, and then close up the headliner. So that'll wait till tomorrow morning. So thank you guys for watching. Thanks for supporting our channel. And if you have any questions about the build, as always, leave them down below. Give us a thumbs up, and we'll see you tomorrow. Okay, sealing up this fan is to use Tri-Core sealant on all the edges, covering up all the sealant tape, and also on top of all the screw holes. So those are protected from weather.